Imagine staying up all night combing through the Epstein files, something that was supposed to blow the lid off one of the biggest scandals of our time, and finding out that 97% of it was already on Google. That's what happened when Congressman Ro Khanna revealed that the DOJ's first Epstein file release to Congress was basically a glorified Wikipedia printout.
And we now have a fact that only 3% of the documents that were given to us were new. 97% were already in the public domain. And less than 1% of the Epstein files have actually been released. The Epstein files are 300 gigabits. We know this because that's what the FBI has said. And they've released less than 1 gigabit. So they've released less than 1%. And of the less than 1% they've released, 97% is still in the public record. Bottom line, they're stonewalling and not releasing things.
To put that into perspective, imagine Netflix advertising its entire library of shows and movies, but when you log in, it's just one Adam Sandler movie. And no, it's not even Happy Gilmore 2. We're talking about Jack and Jill. Here's what went down. The Department of Justice handed over Epstein-related files to Congress, but not because they wanted to. This was under a subpoena from the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee, and the result was this.
There are some transcripts that related to the Maxwell prosecution. There is some evidence related to Epstein's death. Nothing that is sensational or adding significant information. What is not new, what is missing, is the central concern, which is who else was involved, who was on these flights, who engaged in illegal behavior and abuse of underage women. That is simply missing in terms of what they've released.
And that raises the question, who are they protecting? Well, here's a clue.
The Justice Department is also sending some of the Epstein files over to the House Oversight Committee today. Are you in support of them releasing all of them?
I'm in support of keeping it open.
If they wanted to
innocent people shouldn't be hurt, but I'm in support of keeping it totally open. I couldn't care less. You got a lot of people that it could be mentioned in those files that don't deserve to be.
Did you catch that? Trump's not saying release everything, clear my name. He's saying a lot of people don't deserve to be in those files, which is basically Trump speak for, I am definitely in those files, but please do not look too closely. And then he falls back on his favorite catch-all excuse, Democrat hoax. Because in Trump world, everything that makes him look bad magically becomes a hoax. His felony conviction, a hoax. The Access Hollywood tape, a hoax. Climate change, a hoax. The fact that his hairline starts 3 inches behind where it should, definitely a hoax.
Because he knew everybody in Palm Beach. I don't know anything about that, but I have said to Pam and everybody else, give them everything you can give them, because it's a Democrat hoax. It's just a hoax. The whole Epstein thing is a Democrat hoax.
The Epstein files are not a Democrat hoax. Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie, a MAGA Republican, are the ones demanding their release. So when Trump tries to spin this as a partisan issue, what he really means is, I don't want these files public because my name is definitely all over them.
So we had the greatest 6 months, 7 months in the history of the presidency.
Sure, Jan.
And the Democrats don't know what to do, so they keep bringing up that stuff. But it affected them. Bill Clinton was on his plane and went to the island supposedly 28 times. I don't want to bring that up, frankly. You have Larry, whatever his name is, Summers, the head of Harvard, who was Jeffrey Epstein's best friend. Nobody ever talks about that. But I don't want to hurt Larry Summers, but he was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein.
Trump says he doesn't want to bring them up, but then immediately starts bringing up Bill Clinton and Larry Summers, even claiming that Summers was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. But you know who else bragged about being friends with Epstein? That's right, Donald J. Trump. Trump told New York Magazine in 2002, I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. That's not the media smearing him. That is Trump, in his own words, normalizing Epstein's creepy pedophile behavior. And let's not forget, Epstein was a member at Mar-a-Lago. They partied together. There are photos, videos, and witnesses. So when Trump tries to shout Democrat hoax and then pivot to Clinton and Summers, he's not deflecting suspicion, he's confirming it, because innocent people don't need to scream hoax and then drag other people's names into the mud. Innocent people say, yeah, go check the files, but Trump can't, which is why the files that they released were 97% old and about 3% were new.
We understand that right now Pam Bondi can send us the entire set of documents, but refuses to do so. But what the Trump administration doesn't understand that as much as they want to hide this full release, we know there are also hundreds of FBI agents that have been working on this case that know or are aware of the collection of these documents. So if they think they're going to hide, redact, and keep this information from the American public, it will come out and the truth will come out.
And that's it. No new names, no flight logs, no accountability. It's like waiting for the upcoming iPhone 17 and getting a refurbished BlackBerry Curve. Alright, summer's officially here, and I am soaking up every bit of it. Longer days, warmer vibes, and yes, plenty of iced drinks to keep things cool. If you're like me, this is the time to refresh your routine and ditch anything that's not serving you, including that jittery cup of coffee. That's why I've been loving Mud Water. It's not your typical brew. This stuff is packed with cacao, chai, turmeric, and adaptogenic mushrooms for a smooth, focused energy without the crash. And the best part? It's amazing over ice. Seriously, just mix it with cold water or milk, shake it up, pour it over ice, and boom, you've got yourself a refreshing, feel-good boost that actually helps you stay balanced. And if you're more of a matcha person, their matcha starter kit is a total summer vibe. Light, crisp, and just the right kind of calm energy. Whether you're heading to the beach, working from the porch, or just trying to survive the heat with your sanity intact, Mud Water has your back. So trade in the coffee jitters for something cooler. Literally. Try it today and save big. Our listeners get up to 43% off your entire order, free shipping, and a free rechargeable frother. Head to MeidasTouch.com and use the code GABE at checkout. And now, Mud Water is available at Target and Sprouts locations across the US, so it's never been easier to grab a cup of this friendly pick-me-up. Every single ingredient in Mud Water's products are 100% USDA certified organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, and kosher. There's also zero sugar and no sweeteners added. There's also caffeine-free blends available too. So ready to make the switch to cleaner energy? Head to mudwater.com and grab your starter kit today. Right now, our listeners get an exclusive deal up to 43% off your entire order plus free shipping and a free rechargeable frother when you use code GABE. That's right, up to 43% off with code GABE at MUDWTR.com. After your purchase, they'll ask you how you found them. Please show your support and let them know that we sent you. Keep your energy natural and refreshing all year long with Mud Water, because life's too short for anything less than clean, delicious energy. This wasn't transparency, it was the illusion of transparency, and this isn't even the first time that the DOJ has played this game before. Remember the so-called Epstein files Phase 1 binders earlier this year? MAGA influencers hyped them up as the bombshell that would finally reveal everything. And then, nothing. They were old case filings, documents already available to the public, except this time with more redactions than before. That's right, the DOJ actually managed to give us less than what we already had. It was fan service, a binder drop designed to keep the MAGA base entertained while bearing the real truth. In this new batch of Epstein documents, it's the same stunt, a manufactured release meant to buy time and not provide answers. Drip, drip, drip. That's the playbook. The DOJ thinks that if they trickle out files in tiny pieces, the public gets frustrated, loses focus, and eventually moves on. It's bureaucratic gaslighting. See guys, we release stuff. What more do you want? What we want is the truth, but what they gave us is the equivalent of stale crumbs at the bottom of the bag. The reason that the DOJ is slow-walking this is to appease MAGA, who scream on social media about Epstein this and Epstein that, while at the same time protecting the very people who are actually implicated. And it doesn't take a stable genius to realize that the person most implicated in those files is Donald J. Trump. And that part should make everyone furious, because when the DOJ withholds files, they're not protecting innocent bystanders, they're protecting powerful people, politicians, billionaires, and maybe, probably, most definitely, even pedophile presidents. I mean, let's not forget the disturbing history of comments that Donald Trump has made over the years.
Said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
Yeah, she's really something, and what a beauty, that one. If I weren't happily married, and, you know, her father.
Host Robin Leach asked about their daughter Tiffany, who was then just a year old.
Now, Donna, what does Tiffany have of yours, and what does Tiffany have of Marla's?
Well, I think that she's got a lot of Marla. She's really a beautiful baby, and she's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet, but time will tell.
And also, anyone making the due process argument is just an idiot, because Epstein is dead, Maxwell is serving 20 years, and the trials are over. The only thing left is accountability for everyone else who participated in the abuse. And every time the DOJ hides those names, They're saying loud and clear the system protects itself before it protects victims. And some Republicans are trying to shut it down.
What we need to do when we get back is pass Thomas Massie and my bill to demand the full release of the Epstein files. The Speaker shut down Congress because he did not want to vote on that bill. We are going to force a vote on that bill.
I mean, just think about that. The Speaker of the House literally shut down Congress rather than let lawmakers vote on transparency. You don't do that unless you're afraid of what's in the files, or rather, who's in the files. So now, the DOJ will keep giving excuses to protect a certain somebody. Trump. We can't release everything. It'll compromise ongoing investigations. Okay, but what investigations? Epstein is dead, Maxwell is in prison, so who else are you protecting? We need to protect the privacy of innocent people. Fine, redact staffers, pilots, or random bystanders, but please stop pretending we don't know which names matter. It takes time to process 300 gigabytes of files. Please, the FBI can crack terrorist cells, but it can't sort 300 gigabytes in 5 years? That is laughable. The more they redact, the more suspicious it looks. The more they delay, the more people demand answers. And the more they try to protect Trump and others, the clearer it becomes that Trump and others are involved in a massive cover-up.
What is missing is the central concern, which is who else was involved, who was on these flights, who engaged in illegal behavior and abuse of underage women.
That's the question, and until it's answered, this scandal will haunt Trump and every Republican that tries to bury it. So right now, we've got a DOJ pretending to cooperate, a Congress being stonewalled, and a public being gaslit with recycled binders and redacted nothing burgers. So as the cover-up continues, the question remains, what the f*** is Trump hiding? Thanks for watching What Was That? If you want more episodes, articles, and breakdowns, go to whatwasthat.show. Join the community and become a paid subscriber today. It's just me behind the scenes, so every bit of support really makes a difference. If you'd rather listen on the go, you can find What Was That on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows. Until next time, I'm Gabe Sanchez, and this has been What Was That?